Hey, this is Jason with Year Round Garden. Welcome to part 1 of our Grow series on container gardening. Garden pots come in all shapes, materials, and sizes. Some are ideal outdoor pots while others do better indoors. One of the trickiest parts of container gardening is determining what size of pot to use. Garden containers are typically measured in either inches or gallons. Inches refers to the pot's diameter, or the distance across the top of the container. Gallons refers to the volume of soil that can be held within the container. Choosing the correct pot size is key to a thriving container garden. Here are a few tips to keep in mind when determining what size of pot you need. First, evaluate how big your plant will become when fully mature. You want to make sure you have a pot large enough that will be able to handle the root system to support your plant. If your pot is too large, the soil will dry slowly, making your plant more susceptible to root rot. If your pot is too small, the soil dries so quickly you'll be challenged to water frequently enough. Your plant can become root bound and exhibit stunted growth. Second, evaluate the type of root system your plant will develop. Some plants, such as succulents, have a very shallow root system and don't necessarily need the volume of grow media that a plant such as a pepper, which grows deeper roots, would require. Third, evaluate the time frame at which your plant will reach its desired size. We always recommend starting a plant in a smaller container than its desired resting place and allowing it to grow until it reaches its capacity in that pot. Then you would transplant into a slightly larger container to continue root development. This will help you make the best use of your space rather than putting your plant in a pot that may take years for it to fill out. It will also encourage healthy root development and limit the risk of root rot. When transplanting into a larger pot, we typically recommend moving up in size 2 to 4 inches in diameter. How frequently you pot up into a larger container is determined by the rate at which your plant grows. Slower growing plants can be transplanted into larger containers much more infrequently than faster growing plants. But they also allow for more incremental steps to get to their final destination. This provides the ability to further maximize the room in your grow space. Here are a few examples of what will grow well in different size pots. A tiny 3-inch pot would be great for succulents. A smaller pot around 1 to 3 gallons would be great for lettuce, Swiss chard, or strawberries. A medium pot around 5 to 7 gallons would be ideal for cabbage, collards, or carrots, and some larger herbs such as rosemary or lavender. A larger pot around 8 to 10 gallons in size would be ideal for tomatoes, peppers, broccoli, cauliflower, or dwarfed citrus trees. Selecting the correct size of pot can be key in the overall health and development of your plants. This is Jason with Year Round Garden. Stay tuned for part 2 of our Grow series on container gardening.